Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Deneen. Senator Funky Fromeyer.
Aye.
Senator Girdler. Senator Herron. Senator Meredith. Senator Mills.
I'm down here.
Senator Webb. Senator Williams. Senator Wise. Vice Chair Mades Bledsoe. Chairman Carroll.
Here, we do have a quorum and duly authorized to conduct business. 508 will be first on the agenda. And we do have a committee sub, which includes House Bill 718 from Representative Stalker and House Bill 194 from Representative Whitten. Could I have a motion on proposed Senate Sub 1? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All those opposed, no. Motion carries. Ladies, please introduce yourself for the record, and you have the floor. Please be sensitive to quorum because we're about to lose one member in about 10 minutes.
I'm Jennifer Decker, State Representative from House District 58.
Susan Whitten, State Representative for District 31.
Sarah Stalker, State Representative, District 34.
Mr. Chairman, House Bill 508 does two simple things. First, it requires the Cabinet for Health and Family Services to allow applicants for the Kentucky's Employee Child Care Assistance Program to access, view, and download the standardized agreement required for participation in the program. And two, it allows applicants to submit their completed agreements via first-class mail, email, or online portal. When the Cabinet issued regulations recently, last year, it required applicants to submit their agreements only through an online portal created for that purpose. Since then, the Cabinet has agreed to allow these agreements to be submitted by mail or email, but this House Bill 508 simply codifies that agreement.
Who's going next?
I can. Thank you, Mr. Chair. My portion of the committee sub is a simple but important bill that is for protecting children. It quite simply, it requires animal control officers to undergo training, whether in person or online, to identify child abuse and neglect while they're in homes in which they are called. I do want to ease any financial concerns that there is a training video and materials that is being created at no cost and will be provided to the Animal Control Advisory Panel, who is the governing body of all animal control. That way all the materials are together and it will be no cost to the cities or municipalities.
We have a motion. Go ahead for a couple minutes briefly.
The additional piece that I'm bringing to the table is for kids who might already be in foster care. So currently, as it stands right now in statute, if you are a young person who's aged out of care and you do not recommit to the cabinet, and then you change your mind at a later date, currently we are asking youth to sit outside of the system for 90 days.
We have a motion, Senator Funky Fromeyer. We have a second from Senator Deneen. Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Deneen. Senator Funky Fromeyer.
Aye.
Senator Girdler. Senator Herron. Senator Mays Bledsoe.
Aye.
Senator Meredith. Senator Mills. Senator Webb. Senator Williams. Senator Wise. Chairman Carroll.
Aye. On a vote of 8-0, bill passes with favorable expression. The same should pass on the Senate floor. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We do have a title amendment. Entertain a motion. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Title amendment changes.
Thank you, Chairman.
In committee, I am sorry for stacking bills, but we did our best to try to get bills that we had assigned to this committee in, and that's why we did 3-on-1. And Representative Decker was very kind to allow us to do this. Next on the agenda is House Bill 805, and we do have a committee sub on this too, PSS 2. Entertain a motion to adopt. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Rep. Wilson, if you don't care, I'm going to go through the changes and then give you the floor.
No problem.
For your portion of it. The committee sub basically includes House or Senate Bill 111, and that's the DJJ bill that you all have heard several times. There are a few changes. On page 44, and this is in relation, if you all remember the section when it talked about the confidentiality of juvenile records, when a juvenile or an adult is subject to the information designated as confidential in this section, publicly reveals or causes to be revealed any significant part of the confidential matter or information by filing a civil suit, the confidentiality shall be presumed voluntarily waived. And the information that this related to has been narrowed down, and it's only information directly related to the confidential matter or information made public, not in violation of any federal law, and it's not disclosed only for the purpose of disparaging the character of a juvenile. And also on page 60 of 64, and this has to do with a status offender being charged with escape when they are absent without leave from a facility operated by the DJJ, and we went from shall be charged to may be charged. And those are the only changes within the scope of Senate Bill 111. Representative Wilson, please introduce yourself for the record, and you have the floor, sir.
Sure, I'm Nick Wilson, State Representative, 82nd District. That's Whitley County and parts of Laurel County. I have House Bill 805 in front of you today. A big piece of it provides cleanup to House Bill 271 that we passed last year, just changing some words in the definition portion, changing the word plaintiff to victim, just to better fit what we were trying to do last year. We've added part of Representative Lewis and Representative Dossett's bill called Baby Maya's bill, where the cabinet must physically locate a child within a certain period of time. And if the families have already had prior removals within a recent period of time, and then if they cannot locate that child, they must contact law enforcement. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
One addition to that, on page 12 of the bill, line 25, under the safety plan, the word threats was changed to risk. And that's the only other change that I have on that. Senator Deneen, you have a question, sir?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I have a question directed at the committee sub. In the area of transparency, for juveniles that are transferred to circuit court, in the event of a felony charge, would those records still be held private?
Those particular records, under the conditions of this bill, it applies to juveniles and adults. So what's specific to it is the civil suit that would allow records only narrowly focused on those three areas. Does that make sense?
Well, I just want to make sure that those that are transferred from district court to circuit court for gun violent crimes, that when they are in circuit court and adult court, that those are open and they do have a jury and the public is aware.
Yes. Yeah, that doesn't affect any of that.
Thank you
It
for the
just has to do with
clarification.
civil
That's
suit.
all I needed.
Any other questions? We have a motion on the bill as amended by PSS 1. Do I have a second? Second. We have a second. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Deneen. Senator Funky Fromeyer. Senator Girdler. Senator Herron.
Aye.
Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator Meredith, Senator Mills,
Aye.
Senator Webb, Senator Williams, Senator Wise, Chairman Carroll.
Aye. On a vote to 7-0, bill passes with favorable expression. The same should pass the Senate floor. Representative Wilson, thank you, and thank you for being receptive to the committee sub on this and being supportive of that legislation. Really do appreciate it.
Absolutely, Mr. Chair. Thank you for your time.
This felt much more like a House committee meeting than a Senate committee meeting. If there's no other business, we stand adjourned.